Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mangesh Deshing and this is the second lecture on NMR spectroscopy, PMR spectroscopy. In last lectures, we have seen introduction and principles of NMR spectroscopy. In this lecture, we will learn a number of PMR signals in the spectrum. Friends, in last lectures, we have seen an introduction to the NMR spectroscopy. So this NMR spectroscopy can be used the determination for the structure, determination of the organic structures. Just we have seen in UV visible spectroscopy, it gives the information about conjugation. In IR spectroscopy, it gives information about the bonds, types of atoms present in the molecule, and function group which are present in the molecule. While in NMR spectroscopy, what are types of informations we are getting from this spectroscopy? The four different features of H1 NMR spectrum provides the information about compounds structures. So those features are like number of signals. So there are different types of numbers of signals are there. So this number of signals indicate that the number of types of protons present in the molecule. Then position of the signals. So depending upon these positions of the signals, we can understand the location of that particular protons into the molecule. The intensity of the signals. This intensity of the signals, that is height of the signal or peak area of that signals, gives the information about that peak is for how many protons. One peak is for how many protons. How many protons give one peak. Fourth information is the spin splitting of the signals. Signals are split into smaller signals. So this splitting gives us information about their neighboring protons. So that much information we are getting from this NMR spectroscopy. The number of peaks, peak positions, signals, intensity of the signals, spin splitting of the signals. In this particular video, we will learn about number of signals into the NMR spectrum. Friends, the protons in different environment absorbs at slightly different frequencies from the radio frequencies. So they are distinguishable by the NMR spectroscopy. So different types of protons, different chemical environment, different magnetic environment in a molecule, they absorb at slightly different frequency, so that they are distinguishable by the NMR spectroscopy. They appear at the different positions. So peaks will be different for those protons. The frequency at which particular proton absorbs is determined by its electronic environment. How many electrons, density around that protons, depending upon the frequency at which the particular proton absorbs, is determined by its electronic environment. What is the environment? Electronic environment around that proton. Either that is electron rich, electron deficient, either that is attached to the electron donating character or electron withdrawing character. So what is the electronic density around that proton? Depending upon that, the frequency for the particular proton it absorbs. The size of the magnetic field is generated by the electrons around the proton determines where it absorbs. So the position of that peaks of that particular protons depends upon the magnetic field generated by the electrons around that one. Because the position of the peak, it depends upon the electronic density in electronic environment of that proton. So this electrons produces its own magnetic field, and what is the size of this magnetic field generated by these electrons around the proton, it determines where it absorbs and where it gives peaks into the NMR spectrum. So this is the information we are getting from the NMR spectrum about the NMR signals. Now, if all protons in a given molecule absorb that same magnetic field, then they would produce only one signal. So if all protons which are present into the molecule are in a same chemical environment, same magnetic environment, then they absorb at the same magnetic field, they absorb a same frequency, then they would have produced only one signal, and that will be not useful for the NMR spectrum. Suppose all the organic molecules having all protons are same, then how to understand the structure of that proton? So it will be difficult for analysis. However, the protons in different chemical environment absorb a different magnetic field. If the protons are different, chemical environment absorbs a different magnetic field. So that will be easier to estimate the structure, to determine the structure, because the protons gives the different signals at different positions. So according to their positions, according to their intensity, and according to their number of peaks, we can determine the structure of the molecule. Number of NMR signals peaks is equal to the number of types of protons into the molecules. So this is the important number of PMR signals, that is peaks, is equal to the number of types of protons into the molecule. So in the organic molecules there are so many protons are there, but all these protons are not equivalent. All those protons are not equivalent. So different types of protons gives different types of signals, different signals into the molecule. So we can understand that how many types of protons present into the molecule, while same types of protons gives only one signal, So this is the information we are getting from the NMR signals, from the NMR spectrum. Chemically equivalent protons absorbs at same field and produces only one signal, but the chemically non-equivalent protons absorbs at different magnetic field and they produce different signals. So how many types of protons in there in the molecule? That number of peaks we are getting into the NMR spectrum. Right. The chemically non-equivalent protons absorb a different magnetic field, while the chemically equivalent protons, their chemical electronic environment is same, then they gives only one signal. They absorb same magnetic field, same frequency. For example, suppose CH4 molecule. So CH4 molecule, that is methane molecule, all protons are equivalent, all hydrogens are equivalent. Their chemical environment is same. So all protons of methane molecule gives only one signal, because their environment is same. All these protons from the methanes are same. We cannot distinguish these protons from one and each other. There are two types of protons. See here, CH3, CH3. These are the similar. Their chemical environment is same. CH3 attached to the CH2, and this CH3 is also attached to the CH2. So this CH3, the 6 protons are one and the same type. So this gives only one signal. The CH3 protons absorbs at one magnetic field, so they gives only one signal. One signal for the 6 protons, while the CH2 is different from the CH3, because the CH2 is different. The CH2 attached to the 2 CH3, while the CH3 attached to the only one CH2. So there are two types of protons. One is CH3 protons and one is CH2 protons. So we are getting 2 peaks into these molecules, while the CH2, all these 2 protons are same. Because both protons having a CH3 neighboring groups. In this way, if you apply the symmetry molecule, so if you put a plane of symmetry over here, so this CH3 and this CH3 will be same. So in this way, we have to see their chemical environment. If their chemical environment is same, electronic environment is same, then they will give you only one peak in the spectrum. If their chemical environment as well as electronic environment is different, then they will appear at a different positions into the NMR spectrum. They absorb a different magnetic field in this way. So one thing is that important in this slide, the number of peaks into the NMR spectrum are equal to the number of types of protons into the molecule. Now we'll see the next example. The number of NMR signals equal to the number of different types of protons into the compound. The proton in different environment gives different NMR signal, and equivalent proton gives the same NMR signal. So how many types of different protons in their compound? That number of peaks we are getting into the NMR spectrum. Equivalent protons gives only one signal. Last example we have seen a methane molecule. Now we will see another molecule. Suppose dimethyl ether. So in dimethyl ether, this CH3 is also attached to the OCH3, while this CH3 is also attached to the OCH3. So their chemical environment is same. If you try to apply a symmetry, so see here the plane of symmetry, so this CH3 and this CH3 will be same. So these all 6 protons will give you only one NMR signal. So HA, these 2 protons are only one type. So this 6 proton, total 6 protons gives us only one signal, CH3 and CH3. So there are only one type of proton, so it will give you only one signal. All protons are equivalent, only one signal is there. Now the second example is ethyl chloride. In ethyl chloride, this methyl is attached to the CH2. So this CH2 and this CH3 are different. So these 3 protons are different and these 2 protons are different. So these 3 protons are attached to the CH2, while this CH2 is attached to the CH3 as well as Cl. So their chemical environment is different. That's why these are 2 types of protons. These 3 are one and the same and these 2 are one and the same. So there will be 2 peaks. One peak is for these 3 protons and one peak is for these 2 protons. So there will be 2 types of protons and 2 NMR signals will be appear in NMR spectrum. This is ethyl methyl ether. So in ethyl methyl ether, see here one side is ethyl, second side is ethyl group. So these methyl protons, all these 3 protons are equivalent. So this is different type. So this is one signal. Then this CH2, similar type over here. CH2 is attached to the oxygen while this CH3 attached to the carbon. So these 2 are different. So these 3 protons gives us one signal, one type, while these 2 protons gives us one signal, one type. So there are how many types of protons? 1, 2 and 3. While writing we have to write like this, HA, HB and HC. So there are 3 types of protons are there. 3 types of sets of protons are there. This is a set of proton. 3 protons, one type. 2 protons, one type. 3 protons, one type. So how many types of protons? 3 types of protons. 3 sets of protons. So 3 types of protons gives us 3 NMR signals. So in this way, the number of NMR signals equals to the number of different types of protons into the compound. So we should able to understand how many types of protons are there in this lecture. How many types of signals we are getting into the, how many different types of NMR signals we are getting into the spectrum. That we have to learn in this lecture. Now to determine the equivalent protons in cycloalkanes and alkenes, we have to draw a proper structure, proper bonds to the hydrogen. Here it's okay, that is CH3. We did not show here all these protons. The protons are equivalent. So we should not, आपण इथे लिहिले नाही तरी चालेल. But in cycloalkanes or alkanes we have to mention these all the bonds. See here. Suppose this is cyclopropane, chlorocyclopropane. So chlorine may be above the plane or below the plane. So we have to mention like this. Then only we can understand how many types of protons are there. If like this, then there are simply 2 types of protons are there. But in these structures, see here, if you are passing the plane from this carbon and this middle of the bond, then you will understand that these 2 protons are equivalent. These 2 protons having the same chemical environment, one side is chlorine, second side is hydrogen. Here also one side is chlorine, second side is hydrogen. So these 2 protons are equivalent, gives one signal. Similarly for these 2 protons also. Similarly for these 2 protons also. So these 2 protons gives one signal, while this 1 proton gives one signal in this way. So there are 1, 2 and 3 signals are possible. If you are writing like this structure, then there will be 1 and 2 types of protons only. So that will be the wrong answer. Similar case for over here also. If you are writing alkene like this, then you can say that there are only 2 types of protons. One is CH2, one is CH. But if you are writing in a proper manner, then you will understand there are many types of protons. See here, this proton is different from this 2 because this has a chlorine towards the same side, while this proton don't have that chlorine. So this is one type. Now this hydrogen, this is also different type because this has a hydrogen on this cis side, while chlorine on the trans side. So cis side is hydrogen and trans side is chlorine. While this proton is cis side is chlorine, while trans side is hydrogen. So all these three protons are different. All these three protons gives different signal. So there are three types of protons, three different types of signals will appear into the molecule. But if we are writing like this, then there will be only two types of protons, and that will be the wrong answer. So in this way, if we have to see the different types of protons in cycloalkanes or alkenes, then we have to write in a proper manner, proper bondings of the hydrogen and all the atoms. The number of H1 NMR signals of different representative molecules for the different molecules. See here some of the more example. Suppose this is dichloroethane, and dichloroethane, these are the 4 protons, CH2 CH2. Now these are same. See here, CH2 one side is chlorine, one side is CH2Cl. This CH2 also one side is chlorine, second side is CH2Cl. So chemical environment is same, electronic environment is same for both the CH2 and CH2. So what will happen? This CH2 and this CH2 are equivalent and gives only one type of signal. So all these protons are only one type and gives only one signal. While in this case, see here, CH2, CH2, CH2. So this CH2 is attached to the Br, while this CH2 is attached to the chlorine. So these two are different. While this CH2, one side is attached to the CH2Br, while the second side is attached to the CH2Cl. So chemical environment of this CH2 is not matches with this one as well as this one. So there are three types of protons. This CH2 gives one peak, this CH2 give you second peak, and this CH3 will give you second peak, third peak. So there are three types of proton, HA, HB and HC. So it will give us 3 NMR signal into the NMR spectrum. Now this is Now this is methyl acetate. So in methyl acetate, this CH3 is attached to the carbonyl group, while this CH3 attached to the oxygen. So chemical environment is different. One is attached to the carbonyl group, while this one is attached to the oxygen. So these two types of protons, HA, HB. So two types of protons gives us 2 NMR signals into the NMR spectrum. Now third example is ethanol. Now this CH2 attached to the oxygen and one side is CH3. So this is different type proton. So HB. Now this CH3, it is different type. There is no any other CH3. So this will be different type. While this hydrogen, this is also a proton. This attached to the oxygen. There is no any proton attached to the oxygen. So all these three are different. So it will give you 3 types of proton, HA, HB and HC. So there are 3 types of protons. It gives 3 different NMR signals into the NMR spectrum. So in this way, how many types of protons we had to understand into the molecule? Those number of peaks appear into the NMR signal. Different types of protons are equivalent to the different NMR signals. So how many types of protons are in the molecule? That many NMR signals appears into the NMR spectrum. We will see another examples of a alkene molecule. That is, in comparing 2 H on the ring or double bond, 2 protons are equivalent only if they are cis and trans on the same group. See the examples. Suppose this is the molecule. So this hydrogen is trans to the chlorine as well as cis to the chlorine. Same, this hydrogen also trans to the chlorine and cis to the chlorine. So chemical environment of these 2 protons is same. Chemical environment is same. So what will happen? These 2 protons gives us only one signal. So there are only one type of protons and it will give you only one signal, because cis is chlorine, cis is trans is chlorine. This is also for this proton also cis chlorine as well as trans chlorine. So chemical environment is same, electronic environment is same. So all these 2 protons are only one type, that is HA, and will give you only one NMR signal into the NMR spectrum. Now in this molecule, suppose these are the 2 protons, HA and HB. For this HA, there is a cis chlorine, while this HB, there is a cis bromine. So these 2 protons are different. So it will give you another peak, this will give you another peak. So there are two types of protons, HA and HB. So it will give us 2 NMR signal into the NMR spectrum. Now in this type of compound, just see in last slide also, this HB has a cis chlorine. HB has a cis chlorine. So this is different from these two protons. Similarly, this HA, one side is chlorine, one side is hydrogen. So this one is different. This SC, this is also different. One side is hydrogen, second side is also hydrogen. So all these three protons are different. All these three protons are different. So it will give us 3 NMR signals into the spectrum. So 3 types of protons gives us 3 NMR signals into the molecule. Now we will see in proton equivalence into the cycloalkanes. Suppose this is cyclopropane. In cyclopropane, all these 3 protons are equivalent because all 3 protons are same side of the cyclopropane ring and their neighborings are same. Well, these 3 protons are also same. So in this way, cyclopropane, all these 6 protons are equivalent and gives us only 1 NMR signal into the molecule, into the NMR signal. Because all these 6 protons are equivalent, one and the same, only one type, so it will give us only 1 signal into the NMR signal. But one of the hydrogen is substituted with the any other atom, then all these hydrogens become different types. So how many types of hydrogens are there? We will see. This hydrogen is particularly different because it is near to the chlorine, while there are no any other protons similar to this proton. So this is one type. Similarly, these 2 protons are equivalent because both are having chlorine nearer. This hydrogen has a chlorine, this hydrogen also having chlorine nearer. Symmetry passing through this carbon and this middle of the bond, then these 2 protons will be mirror images. So these 2 protons are same. So HB. Similar case for these 2 protons also. Trans to the chlorine, and cis to the hydrogen, cis to the hydrogen. If you are passing plane from this carbon and this middle of the bond, then these are the mirror images. So both are same. So how many types of protons in this chloropropane? 1, 2 and 3. So 3 types of protons are there and it will give us 3 NMR signals. So in this way, we have to see the molecule properly, apply some symmetry elements and see how many types of protons are present into the molecules. Different types of protons gives us different NMR signals into the NMR spectrum. Now pause the video for 5 minutes and see the molecules which are appearing on this slide and check whether you are able to see the different number of protons correctly and different number of signals into the NMR spectrum. See the molecules and pause our video for 5 minutes and see this in this molecule how many types of protons are there and how many types of signals appears into the spectrum. If your answers are correct, then make a comment in comment box. Okay friends, after 5 minutes, see now the answers. In the first molecule, see here, this CH3 attached to the carbonyl group. So this is a different type of proton, while this H is attached to the carbonyl group. So this H is different, this CH3 is different. There are 2 types of protons. We have to mention like HA and HB, A and B. So how many types of protons? 2. So in this molecule, acetaldehyde, there are 2 types of protons and 2 types of signals. While in this molecule, see here, this CH3 attached to this carbonyl, this CH3, this is also CH3 attached to the carbonyl. If you are putting the symmetry element over here, plane of symmetry, the CH3 images as a CH3. So these 2 CH3s are same. So those methyls are same. So it will give you HA, HA. So only one type of protons, it will give us only one type of signal. Only one signal into the NMR spectrum. While in toluene, so in toluene, this CH3 is different from this aromatic protons. So these all aromatic protons considered as equivalent at TYBSC level. Although these are the ortho, these are meta, this one is para, all 3 are different. But these are strongly, if this group is strongly electronegative or strongly electron donating, then there will be a differentiation between ortho, meta and para. But for TY-BAC11, we consider as all three are equivalent. So one is CH3 and one is aromatic proton. So there are two types of protons. Answer will be 2. If you are considering ortho, meta and para, then there will be 1, 2, 3 and 4 types of protons are there. So if you are writing 2, it's also correct for here. If you are writing 4, that will be more correct. In this ethanol molecule, already we have learned this example. So how many types of protons are there? HA, HB and HC. So there are 3 types of signals are there, 3 types of protons are there. Now in this is the ether molecule. Now see here, this CH3, it attached to the CH2, while this CH3 attached to the O. So all these 2 CH3s are different, those are not same. Similarly, this CH2 and this CH2. This CH2 attached to the oxygen and methyl. This CH2 both side is oxygen. So this is also different. So there are 4 types of protons. 1 HA, HB, HC and HD. So there are 4 types of different types of protons and 4 types of signals we are getting into the NMR spectrum. Similarly, in this molecule also, see here H. So this is different. HA, okay. This CH3 are different because this is attached to the carbon, this is attached to the oxygen. Similar case for this one also. But see this 2 CH3. This CH3 attached to the same group like this. This CH3 also attached to the same group. If you are trying to put a plane of symmetry like this, then this CH3 images as this CH3. So this CH3 and this CH3 are same. So HA, HB and HC. So there are 3 types of protons are there and 3 types of signals are appear into the molecule. So in this way, in this lecture, we have tried to learn to assign how many types of protons are there, so that we can understand how many types of signals, how many number of signals appear into the NMR spectrum. Make a practice for different molecules. Try to understand how many different types of protons are there, so that we will understand how many numbers of signals appear into the NMR spectrum. Thank you, friends.